What do you want? My name?
Yes, name. Where are you coming from?
And so I'm Erika Tarapurwala, and I live in Pune. I'm 53 years old.
Okay.
My family consists of my husband and me, Rustam and me, and our two children who are grown up now, Persis and Natasha. Persis is 27 and Natasha is 25, and they were both homeschooled.
Right. So what made you think of homeschooling?
Homeschooling. So my elder daughter was not very happy with school as such, because the environment was quite different from our home environment, and at home we was about things like you're not in competition with anybody else. What rank and all had no meaning. It was that you understood and you would question and be comfortable staying with questions. It was okay for the parents even not to know. And in school it was all about you've got to know the answer and you've got to know only that answer and write it word for word. Questioning was not too good. And so it was kind of you're pulling the kid in two different directions with absolutely different sets of values, and that was a stress. But since she was academically very good, it didn't occur to me that I actually had the choice to take her out. And so she continued, and she was in the 4th standard, and my younger one, who has a profound hearing impairment, was also put into a so-called normal school. And so for the first few years she was good. She had lovely teachers, and she was very good, and she did stuff. She's intelligent and she's smart. But when she went to the 2nd standard, things went totally haywire, and the teacher didn't understand what deafness actually meant and what profound deafness meant. And the tragedy was, in this case, that she spoke, because she had worked very hard to speak near normal, and so she could speak, and so then the teacher thought that, oh, then she can speak means she can hear, and if she can hear and she's pretending that she can't hear, then this must be a very naughty child. And so she was treated as a very naughty child who was punished day in and day out, and nobody was allowed to talk to her in the 2nd standard, and she's pretty much God at that time, the teacher. And so my little one was near a breakdown, if a young child can have a breakdown. She couldn't sleep. Her teeth used to grit in her sleep, and when she got up she used to cry, they're not wanting to go to school. So it was like really we were really pushed into homeschooling. It was not a decision which was taken, we sat profoundly and we decided. It was not that. We had no choice but to homeschool, other than let our child stay in this. We didn't know for a long time, but once we knew it, we had to take that decision. And so my younger one started first. I took her out. I said, even if I can't teach her, because there were a lot of fears whether one could teach her or not, and how much she could learn, how much I would be able to teach. But I said, even if I can't teach her anything and she can't learn anything from me, at least she'll be loved. So that's how we started. And once we started with the younger one, we decided that we take out the elder one, because she anyway was not happy as such, but we didn't have the courage for her. So then we both started. So when the younger one was in the 2nd standard, and after the elder one finished her 4th standard, we started homeschooling, and they did up till the 10th with me, and then they decided to go to college.
So what did you use as a curriculum or something, or what?
I'd like to say I had a curriculum, but actually I didn't. And you can edit all this right afterwards. I'll just repeat. It's okay, let it be. It's okay. So the curriculum. So in the beginning, actually first 1.5 2 years we just chilled, because we had to recover from schooling. It's okay, let them go, and I'll repeat, so then let them be. So but then afterwards, what I actually used to do was I used to get the books of all the curriculums, ICSE, CBSE, SSC. Those were the 3 that were basically there around at that time. And I used to keep them and like all the English and history they used to read fatafat, because those were the stories that they liked and all. And things like geography books and all were pretty much not touched. Maths we used to do a bit. But the books were mainly, I think, just to be read as stories, the ones which could be read, some which they were interested in. Like my younger one was very interested in the human body, so she read some biology books, I remember. But the primary objective was for me to sort of have an inkling as to what children their age are doing, so that if and when the time comes, I want to know how far away they are from what mainstream is. So that I just need for them to have the basic skills to be able to join in the academics if at any time they so desire. So, but what we actually did was basic reading, writing, and they loved reading, so I didn't have a problem. And they loved reading, so reading and writing we did. And they liked writing their own stuff, their own stories, their own essays, which I encouraged them to do, or I let them do rather. They did a lot of drawing and stuff like that, creative stuff. They wrote poems, but also I made them write once in a while. Like after they read even a story, I would put like a question for them. So what do you think? Just write the answer. Don't tell me, write it down. So that they had a practice of writing on a subject that is given to them, and that has not occurred to their minds. And so that was pretty much it. And maths, basic maths, which was like plus, minus, multiplication, division, fractions, brackets, a plus b the whole square, little geometry, basic geometry, we got that.
So at the 10th standard, what did you do?
So not 10th, we didn't go to the, when they were about 12, 13 years old, kind of each one was sat down and talked to and said that if you actually want to go to college, then you'll have to actually give this exam. Actually, I'm finding it quite uncomfortable to talk to the camera. Can you stand there? I'll talk to you. So if you want to go to college, you need to give this exam. Otherwise, tomorrow, if you want to study, you won't be allowed. The system won't allow you. The system won't allow you. And so then, by that time, the kids were really wanting to go to college. My elder one was wanting to go to college, so she said, "Yeah, I'll give the exam." So for the last 2 years, that is when a child is. Ideally they would have been like 8th standard, middle, 9th standard kind of thing. They started studying regularly. We decided on a curriculum. So like my elder one wanted to do IGCSE, which was not available in schools at that time, but British Council in Bombay used to give it. You could go to them and you could register with them, and they would tell you what are the reference books and stuff like that, and what is the portion. So then we did that. We went to them, we took the books, got the names of the books, ordered them from our cousins and stuff like that, and brothers and sisters, and worked at home. And then my daughter gave the elder daughter gave the IGCSE.
Which subjects did she do?
Long time now. I guess English. They have English general. They had literature. She had maths. She had chemistry for some reason. She selected her own subject. She had economics. And I don't know what else. There's a camera there, baby. So she kind of selected her own subjects, and she gave. So there were some 6 subjects or something like that. She gave. Then we had to go to that Nariman Point to the British Council, and she gave her exam over there.
Which year was this?
Long time. See, she's 27 now. Let's walk backwards. I'm very bad with dates and stuff like that.
At the age of 14 or 15 approximately, she gave the exam?
Exactly. And when she went to college, she met her classmates. So she met people whom she had lost touch with at 4th standard.
Did she join?
In Pune, there's Ferguson College. She joined Ferguson College.
So did they ask for any school leaving certificate or?
Yes. It was a requirement, and I mean, still must be a requirement. And so my elder daughter had a 4th standard school leaving certificate.
Right.
The younger one didn't have that. But I realized that, I was told that basically what we want to know is what your kid did this for these 6 years.
Right.
We need a continuity in her educational,
Okay.
So what I was advised to do, and I did that, was to go to this one of these lawyers, or what are they called? Those people who can, you want something, you get it signed by them. What are they called? Notaries. Yeah. So I went to a notary and basically just wrote a letter that I am so and so, and this is my daughter so and so, and we live in this place. And for the last 6 years, for the elder one, and for the younger one, the last 8 years, we have been at home studying for this particular exam, and she has given this exam. So it was kind of a continuity that if you have 2 years of this and 4 years of, and the rest, so you are not basically thieving around or what. I don't know what they want to know. I mean, they have a hold of where you were.
Required that notary, the college?
The college.
Okay.
the college.
That's all they require.
And of course the mark sheets and all that, and passing certificate. Yeah, that.
Which college, I mean, which stream did your daughter choose?
So my elder one, yeah, both of them took arts. And my elder one, she did literature. She graduated with literature, and the younger one with psychology. Psychology.
Psychology.
Yeah.
And now what are they doing?
So then after that, for the elder one, after she graduated, she took a year off. Again, she said, I've had too much of. I said, people are like studying for years. You've just done 4 years.
Everyone, please come to the chapel. Come to the main room. Come to the chapel. Main room.
So she took 1 year. My elder daughter took 1 year off, and then for 1 year, I was working with this NGO called Kalpavriksha. I was with this NGO, and she came and joined me over there, and she also did something for a year. This is going to be a very dynamic video. And then she kind of did it by herself. She applied to these universities abroad, and she got into Oxford, where she did her MPhil in development studies.
This is after the junior college.
No, she finished her graduation, no?
After the BA or whatever.
Yes, then she directly did her MPhil from Oxford. And now then she came back. She got married. She had her sweetheart from when she was in 12th standard, and she came back, she got married, and they live in Delhi. She's working with Center for Policy Research. She's a researcher. Yeah, that's the elder one. And the younger one, after she did her psychology, she's very gifted with the arts. So she joined the National Institute of Design at Ahmedabad. And she's in her final year. She did a 4-year course again. She's doing her graphic designing now. This is final year.
So you have to make the same notary thing for
No longer, no, because now you have the college things.
No, I mean for getting into BA, I mean the junior college only you require the notary.
Yes. Because after that, you are in the system, so the system provides the papers after that. It's just when you're not in the system, you have to give that one thing.
Right.
Wait, they're putting
So it's been nice listening to you, and any advice for prospective parents thinking of this? Because you've been one of the earliest ones to have done it.
What's the advice? Go with your full heart into it, and don't get scared if the children for some point in time are not turning out exactly, in the way you think they should turn out.
But in the end, they will.
No, they may not even, but you will know enough to know that they have their own thing to do in life, and it won't be bad. It can't be bad if you've let them be, and you've loved them, and you've given them the space.
Thank you.
Most welcome.